First of all, Nancy Guthrie's mom is still missing. Puerto Vallarta, there is literally people who can't leave their hotel and can't fly out. There's chaos amongst us everywhere. The economy is still in hell. There's so many things that we could be looking into and handling as a government. Kash Patel should be very busy on the criminal front. There's a lot going on. Beat a shot clock first place. Got them running plays like they run it in a race. I just wanna ball. I just wanna ball.
Hello and welcome to the Women's Cut. I'm Jay. That's Seaway. How you doing today, girl?
I'm doing.
I heard it's just one of those days that a girl goes through.
It's just one of those days.
You know, I'm not gonna take it personal. That's all I'm saying.
It's one of those days. It is.
Well, I don't want to turn this into a Megan Thee Stallion stan account, but our girl Meg was down at the Olympics doing her big one. She got flew out, and it wasn't a partnership with just any brand. It was a partnership with the Olympics. They saw.
I was gonna say who brought her out there. I never knew who brought her out there.
The Olympics brought her out there, baby. They saw that work. She was
what started that collaboration, though?
I think it's because of her. First of all, Meg is a very fun follow.
Right.
Like, she's a fun follow. And I think that it was her post of her workouts individually, her workouts with Clay. And I think that the combination of her personality, she's very witty, she's funny, and added on top that she is very athletic, you have great grounds for Olympic content. And she did not disappoint. She did not disappoint. She coined a new phrase that I love, which is real hot nerd shit. I'm going to be using it. And I just really enjoyed her content. So big ups to her, big ups to the Olympics for understanding that Black culture is great, and tapping in during Black History.
Yeah, Black culture is the culture.
Listen, I was on Threads the other day, girl, and this person who was very conservative was like, non-Americans, what do you love about America? And of course I don't know what they thought they was going to get, but literally everybody was like, Black women, Black people, Black food.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. I won't say too much. Look, don't get me down a whole rabbit hole. But
yeah. Speaking of the Olympics, I had a good time. The Olympics has dwindled. It's come to a close. But I had a great time until I didn't. But I had a great time for the most part. More specifically, U.S. women's hockey. Now, you know, I've been on a hockey kick for about 3 weeks.
You were early. You were early.
I was early. Everybody else was late. I told y'all what to follow. I told y'all that they were going to do what they did. I called it. I called game. It was exciting. It was overtime. We beat our biggest rivals, which is Canada. We had a goaltender who was cold. She only allowed 2 goals the entire time. Like, that's really, really, really good. That game was exciting, and it was needed. And of course, Layla Edwards did what Layla Edwards does, which is succeed. She became the first Black woman to win a U.S. hockey gold. She became the first Black woman in U.S. history to score a goal during the Olympics. So literally out here at 22, I think she's 22, making history. I was not doing that at 22. I was on somebody's boat in Miami, and that was not history making at all.
Yeah, and then not only did the women's hockey dominate, right, and win. I learned that they've been winning for a while now. This is just something that they do. The women in general dominated the Olympic golds, right? So, shout out to women, period. But the women's hockey team, they win and they've been winning for a while. And so they ain't new to this, they true to this. And so shout out to women. Everyone watches women's sports, and women's hockey is on the rise, and I'm glad that they showed up and showed out. I really am.
They having a PWL game in Chicago next month, and your girl might pop out. Your girl might pop
out. I would go.
Listen, let's make a plan. Let's do it. I don't know who all gonna be there, but we're gonna be there. That's all I'm saying. Another fun part of the Olympics was watching Alysa Liu win a gold medal. For those of you guys who are unfamiliar with her game, she's the youngest person to ever win a U.S. championship in figure skating at 13. She accomplished so much at 13, but she figured out that she stopped loving the sport, and she retired at 16, which is wild.
Right, it's crazy.
To retire at 16. She was like, I got my golds. I don't like this no more. I'm done. And what's very unique about that to me is that, normally those parents of those athletes don't be letting their kids just retire. But she said, I want friends. I want a life. And people said that she was nuts because she was at the top of her game. And so she decided to come back at 19, only practiced for like 9 months, and then won another U.S. championship. Like it wasn't nothing. So she just liked that. And then she went home with gold, and it was a very inspiring performance to see. U.S. women really did carry this team. Mm-hmm. Majority of the medals were, like you said, were U.S. women. And I really appreciated that. Especially because I was elated. My ass got up at like 5 a.m. just to watch U.S. men's hockey. I said, oh, we got a chance. They haven't won anything since the 80s. There's a whole movie about it called Miracle on Ice.
And then how did they act when they did finally win something?
They acted like they wanted to get chopped, my friend, because I lost sleep. I'm over here feeling patriotic and shit. I posted stuff on my channel, on TikTok. I was up here, USA. And then
now you know to tread cautiously when you getting behind men now. I can't even feel bad for you. Then you getting around a men's hockey, which I have learned is deeply the more, and we'll get into what they did, but the more that I got into like looking into the root behind some of their chaos this week, I learned that, hockey is known to be deeply misogynistic and rooted in a lot of problematic culture. And so a lot of people are not surprised at what the men's hockey team got into. But what did they get into, Jay?
First of all, they took our sport and ruined it. Black people invented hockey in Canada. I don't know if you knew that. I'm dropping some Black History
Month fact. Okay.
Black people invented hockey, and much like a true colonizer, they took our sport and they ruined it. And here we are. So not only did, after men's hockey won, not only did Kash Patel, the FBI director, why is he there, go in and party with the team, he then called up his good friend, Sir Orange, who jokingly said, well, we have to invite you, so I guess we have to invite the women's team too. Now, the women won days before the men. Did he call them then?
Oh,
no.
No,
he did not.
I'm sure he didn't.
Days before. No call. And now we get a pity invite.
Which they declined.
Listen, because women know. They declined because they had previously scheduled commitments. Mm-hmm. Our boy Flavor Flav invited them to come to Vegas for a true party. I hope they take him up on that. Flavor Flav is a friend of women's sports because everyone watches women's sports. But yeah, the hockey team, they really pissed me off. They ruined my patriotism. It's this time of the year, Olympic time of the year, it is when I'm really super into it. And
Yeah.
it was disappointing.
First of all, Nancy Guthrie's mom is still missing. Puerto Vallarta, there's literally people who can't leave their hotel and can't fly out. There's chaos amongst us everywhere. The economy is still in hell. There's so many things that we could be looking into and handling as a government. Kash Patel should be very busy on the criminal front. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot of shit happening out here.
But you know what? People like Kash Patel, this is about as exciting as his life is going to get. And then the U.S. men's hockey, they just made his day. They made his day. But honestly, the unfortunate part is that these comments from Sir Orange about the women's hockey team and cracking jokes will literally just a drop in the bucket. It'll be a new news cycle in 2 days because this chaos is normal.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the State of the Union addresses tonight where the U.S. men's hockey team will apparently be proudly displaying their gold medals. So there'll be a lot of things that happen in the next couple of days, next couple of hours, next couple of minutes. Absolutely valid. And we don't even want to get into U.S. going up in Mexico and messing their stuff up. So
right.
On to lighter news. The Rose have made
the
playoffs. Just where Chelsea wanted.
Yeah, and they made it in style. Not only did Angel Reese come back and really contribute, she had some lockdown defensive moments against Jack, man.
Or Jackie Young, baby.
Jackie, it's not easy to lock up Jackie. So locking up Jackie,
she's strong. She's a very strong guard, and she's very talented.
Very strong, very talented, and so she played well. Ka played well. And yeah, they made it in by the skin of their teeth. Vinyl made it in right behind the Rose and to take that last spot. And so I do not think they will have a bye. They're going to have to play all the way through. And so, from my understanding, it's still single game elimination with the top, I think, 2 teams having a bye.
Yep.
And so that's my understanding. And so, it'll be interesting to see now the Rose, with Angel, how they do.
That defense, I was looking at some numbers, and the Rose's defense, it was something like they were over 50%. Like their opponent's shot percentage was like over 50%, and they held the Laces to like 40% or something crazy like that. And I'm like, that is the Angel effect. Like, she was defensive player of the year in Unrivaled last year for a reason.
Right.
And 15 rebounds, beautiful, needed that. I think that her mentality on the sidelines is also something that's very needed. You could tell they're a little bit more fired up. But she got, I love her. She played with a chip on her shoulder, and that's a beautiful thing. My Breeze are also going.
And Rakia came back, and Rakia is another one who came back in style. She didn't miss a step.
Nope. She took that little mental health break, and she said, I'm about to break my foot off, and did that. So
Rakia definitely came back, and the Breeze are one. They're one to watch, but there's certain intangibles. I think what Rakia is for the Breeze, what Angel is for the Rose, are just things that sometimes you don't even notice until they're gone. And when they're back, you're like, wow, I miss this energy. I miss the small things that they both do for their teams. Yep. I think Angel's energy, I can tell you, covering the sky, when she wasn't in practice, the rare time she wasn't in practice, the gym would be so quiet. When Angel's there and when Angel's is at full strength, you hear the talking, you hear the energy. Her energy is contagious, And in basketball, you feed off of that. On top of the defensive efforts, I love women's basketball players that love to play defense. We need to see more of that. In the excitement that she had with locking down Jack Jack, I want more of that.
Yeah, that was an exciting thing. So I misspoke last week, and I said that Azare went to the Breeze. She went to the Hive. Courtney is on the Breeze. I still think that that's a good veteran presence. We have a good veteran presence there.
Yeah, she's fitted in. The Hive are now eliminated, and Azare, I think, is out for the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm. That's a suck for her, though. Going from.
Well, I don't know the health issues that she's been dealing with either, and so I know, knowing Azare, she's a competitor. I know she'd rather probably be out than be on a team where she can't play. You know what I mean? So it probably all worked out.
Yeah, that's true. And I also like this new wrinkle that they're doing in having unrivaled players. Something that Athletes Unlimited was doing is having unrivaled players commentate on games that they're not playing in.
Right.
I have really Skylar Diggins was really good. She was really good. So I'm a fan of what's going on in Unrivaled. And I don't know if my sleepers have changed. Breeze Rose gonna face each other most likely in that first round. And I think whoever wins that matchup
can win it all.
Gonna be a problem. They're gonna be
I think Breeze and Rose are one of the two teams where they're just hard to place them.
If Chelsea getting 38, I don't see how the Rose aren't gonna repeat.
Yeah. I think I would be looking out for Breeze or Rose or Phantom personally. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big Lace believer and Miss believer right now. It could change, but the Miss are super talented. It could change, but Phantom, I don't know. Phantom, Rose, and Breeze, they really want it.
I like Phantom. I really do like Phantom.
Wants it.
Yeah. And I'm with you. I'm with you on the Laces. And to me, it feels like once their concentration gets broken, it's done. They fold. And that hasn't happened a lot. But if you can get under their skin, because that's what the Rose were able to do. They were able to get under their skin defensively. And then Chelsea came out the gate shooting threes like rain.
And Vinyl is a type of sleeper team that can get under your skin. Yep. I could see Vinyl's a really hungry team, and I can also see Vinyl be, upsetting. The thing with Vinyl is just consistency, but they have had some big games, and so
that's the same with the Breeze.
Predicting Unrivaled, honestly, is like betting on these god dog parlays. I don't feel strongly about anything.
See if it's an Unrivaled parlay. Let me go and see.
I'm sure they have it, but it's a game elimination. You know what I mean? You can't be confident. You can't be too confident. I'm not too confident.
Let me hit up FanDuel and see if they got a parlay I can hit, because I don't bet on women's sports because I don't want to be irrationally mad, and that's what's going to happen if you have parlays. I don't want to be irrationally mad. I definitely bet on both men's and women's sports, but I do crazy parlays, but I never bet more than $5. So my parlays, if they hit, I could I had a parlay that literally almost hit for like $3 grand.
$5 add up, friend.
Listen, I have a budget, not for me. Pardon me.
I had to cut myself off. I used to do that, and then my husband was sitting here looking like, "Is you cool? Do we need to send you to what is it, to whatever gamble?" Because he knew I was doing low amounts, but it was just like I had to get out. I had to get out, and I'm out, and I'm never going back.
You're one of them people who will throw a remote through a TV.
I ain't going back.
Do you do friendly wagers?
I'll do a little friend. That don't bother me.
Okay. All right.
If I feel strongly, yeah, that'll put a little and I love March Madness.
We're gonna have to put something up on the NCAA.
Yeah, I'll do that. I do that.
All right.
No parlays though.
Shifting to the W.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of CBA news.
We had a couple of things that came down the pipeline.
Yeah.
Number one, after wasting a lot of time, the WNBA commissioner has now said that March 10th is going to be the kind of the end of the 11th hour, the 12th hour. Okay, that is going to be the time where anything after that, the season is going to be pushed back. I think the season really is already going to be pushed back, but anyway, that is the timeline that they're giving. My thing is kind of like, or else what? I'm interested to see like what happens after that. Okay, that's when the season is going to be delayed. Now what? They did have a Zoom meeting a few days back during this time where that March 10th deadline was given, where 50 players did show up and they had a virtual bargaining, and I don't know what's going to come of that, but yeah, it's March 10th. And that is the deadline. Also, what came out is the fact that based on the last CBA, the WNBA has finally determined, because they audit themselves, that the WNBA is profitable to the tune of $16 million, $8 million going to the players who played in 2025, and then other $8 million going to kind of like their sponsorship, marketing, and whatever.
Oh, they gonna put money in marketing now.
They put the in marketing. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Which, for those who are interested, it pays, like in the contract, there are certain incentives that teams pay players not to go overseas. So they'll pay you to do like different, meet and greets and work with different brands, or stay to do like team promotion. And so that funds that budget. But what I do find interesting is that this is yet again highlighting the problem that the WNBA audits itself. So now they have determined, based on their own auditing system, that now the WNBA has turned a profit. But the interesting thing is, from my understanding, the WNBPA can only audit profits once the WNBA has determined that it's a profit. So it's a whole convoluted system. But I do think with this, it'll be interesting now that the WNBA is profitable. I think it's been profitable for a minute, but that's neither here nor there. But now that it's determined that it's profitable, how this conversation shifts. But what I do wish is that this wasn't so complicated to speak about and explain. Because it seems like the average intelligent person still feels like they need to go find a lawyer or someone with an MBA or someone with a finance degree to explain this, and that's a problem.
This is absolutely poor marketing, because what the NBA is doing, what the NBA is doing is gumming up the works. It's purposeful. They don't want people to understand what is happening, right? And that, I don't want to get heated. Let me not get heated. But it definitely bothers me that the WNBA can't just be honest with their players, and it's not in their best interest, obviously, to be honest.
It's in their best interest to confuse. This is what they call with defense attorneys' tactics, is to confuse the jury.
Absolutely.
And that's what's happening. If I'm speaking directly to the WNBA, this is what I would do. I would make different like PSA clips. You know how like when you're running a campaign or different like that? And I would do like little PSA clips to put on social media to dumb this down.
Yeah.
And keep hammering these PSA clips. Keep hammering.
You know what I would do? Listen, check the camera. Hire Bill Nye the Science Guy. He likes women. He cool. Hire him and do straight up PSAs. I'm building. Yeah. Hire him to do straight up PSAs to explain exactly what it is, with like the stick figures and stuff in the back. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I'm
with it.
Because honestly, they need to do that. So when it's time, because to me, none of these both the NBA and the NFL have all had to strike and file lawsuits to get what they needed. I
And
don't think the WNBA is going to be any exception.
And the NHL, and
Yeah.
like all professional men's sports in this country have had to stop work. And the only reason why the women won't stop work is because they're better at maneuvering, because we are women. That would be the only reason why. But
this is not happening. To me, based on what we know about the ownership structure, the lack of transparency, and the other issues, the only way around this is to not only strike, but file those antitrust lawsuits. Do what you have to do. But before you do that, to maximize community support, I need second grade level explanations of this for the public that comes from the WNPA's website, that gets sent to content creators and gets sent to other people to push. So when it's time to move, everyone is behind you. I mean, they're already behind you, but I
NECA was doing a really good job of that. Like, she had the little NECA, like little cartoon to explain kind of what was going on. I don't know what the solution is. Like, they're not going to buy out. If it was me, all those teams who just bought expansion, I would have used that money to buy out the NBA owners. Personally.
I think the problem is the opposite is actually happening. I think the NBA wants to buy out the WNBA owners. I think the NBA side wants not just the 42%, but the NBA owners. We want to make it so that there's no standalone WNBA. There is no Chicago Sky owner. There is no Las Vegas owner. There's no Connecticut Sun owner. There's no Atlanta owner. So to me, the WNBA standalone owners need to be teaming up with the Players Association to get this thing right. They need to be locking in the Vegas owner, the Atlanta owner. They need to be locking in with the players, because the real boogie guy is the NBA.
I was going to say, I wonder what the chatter is between the owners who are standalone and then the owners.
I would die to know. I know, I'm not dying. I want to die.
I want to know. And Oakland.
I want to know.
Yeah, I'd love to know what that particular chatter is. So on to our last little conversation of the evening.
That's for last, so I can eat. I'm hungry.
I'm not mad at you. I get it. I
ran 3 miles in the cold with Peace Runner.
Come through, exercise. I'm with you.
Yes.
I'm with you. Let's get in the cut with the NCAA awards. I know who it should be.
Okay, let's tee up. Who do you have for the player of the year? Who do you have for the player of the year for the NCAA women's basketball, girls basketball?
I think it should be Michaela.
Okay.
I think it should be her. The only people who are giving her some go are Audie and Hannah. And the argument for Audie is that if she is not there, would that team be anything?
No.
I think Vanderbilt would still win games, but I don't think Iowa State would win any games.
I don't think either team will be winning games like that without those two players. I just think for the award, it's always going to be that undercurrent of like, is it an individual award or team award? And to be honest, I think it's a little bit of both. And when you're looking at that, there's a lot of players that were, I mean, if you think of Latson last year, right? Who was the leading scorer, it's not just about that. Yeah. Right. It's also about how your team is doing and the impact that you're making on the game. It's not just about points. And I think Blake's is doing all of that. And it's her award, hands down. I don't think it's close. I think she ran away with it. I think Sarah Strong and her were close in the beginning. Michaela Blakes has ran away with it. In the month of February alone, she's averaging only over 30 points a game. She's been SEC Player of the Year, right? Multiple times. This is her award.
Sarah Strong improved a lot of metrics. What is most important and impressive to me, because she's an undersized forward. I think that she plays as a guard in the W. And her numbers have gotten better.
Yeah.
But when you are on UConn, you can't just be better. You have to be spectacular. You have to be Paige.
You have to be Stewie.
You have to be Stewie. You have when you're on those kinds of teams, you have to be spectacular.
Right. And the same goes for South Carolina, the standard
Yep.
that those girls are held to.
Yep.
And so, it doesn't mean she's not an excellent player.
Excellent.
Just, yeah.
Her points per game have increased. Her assists have increased per game. Her shooting percentage has increased. Her free throw percentage has increased exponentially. All of those, she's improving as a player, but still, she's nowhere near the top of this conversation.
No, she's not. But this has been a breakout year for Strong, but I think the best is yet to come. And so I can't wait to see her battling Juju and other people in different, years and conversations. So who do you have for the I think this was a tough one. This is a really tough one. Who do you have for the freshman player of the year? This is hard for me.
I can't pick. They too good. This freshman crop,
they've been great. So this is what I'll say. I think in the conversation has been Jazzy Davison, it has been Aaliyah Chavez, and it's been Aubrey Gavin. For me, even though it's crazy that Vanderbilt has three people from their institution in the running for these awards, to me it goes to Aubrey. Aubrey has been absolutely fantastic next to Michaela Blake's.
You think they're gonna run the table? You gonna think
I think it goes to Aubrey. Not she's exceeded expectations. She's not at the top of the scoring, but she's up there. Her assists are super impressive, and the load that she's carrying as a freshman, I think, are huge. I do think though that Aaliyah Chavez is probably who it may go to, especially because Vanderbilt has so many people in the running for these, end of the season awards, and it's possible that Galvin may not get it because Chavez is one of the leading freshmen in points. She's averaging, I believe, nearly 20 points per game, and so up there. And so she's doing great, and she is also on an Oklahoma team where she's carrying a big load, and their team is doing amazing. And so those would be the two that I would say are going to be the front runners for the award.
And to me, this goes back to you saying it was a team award, because I would love to say Jazzy is the freshman of the year, but she's on an underperforming USC team. And even though she's literally all they got, they're going to have to do some work. They're going to have to do some recruiting work, because when Juju comes back, she's not going to be able to be the load bearer that she's been. And now, yes, you have Jazzy, but they don't have no forwards, none of that shit. So I don't know. It's so they don't usually let them run the table like that. Yeah. Because I honestly, because we have no argument for coach of the year. There's no argument in my head that the Vanderbilt coach is going to win coach of the year. So are they going to go, when people are voting, are they going to be comfortable going 1, 2, 3 for Vanderbilt? Especially for they're not necessarily, they are a smaller program than you're looking at UConn or the rest of them. But
right. I mean, I do think to that point, Michaela Blake does get it hands down. I do think Dawn and the Vanderbilt's coach are close. They both dealt with the same adversities.
Mm-hmm.
Shea Ralph lost Camille Pierre. Dawn lost Chloe Kitts and other players. Ashley Watkins to injury. Both teams could have laid down. Both didn't. Yeah. South Carolina is actually doing better than Vanderbilt by a smidge. And so, but I do think when you're talking about excellence fatigue that, the Dons and the Genos have, that sometimes counts against them. And so, Shea Ralph may get it, both well deserving. But if you're talking about the 3 awards from Vanderbilt, I do think Aubrey Galvin is up there. But I do see a very strong case for Aaliyah Chavez, who is on a good Oklahoma team, averaging 18.5 points per game. So to wrap it up, we talked about coaches. We talked about freshman of the year, player of the year. Yep. For newcomer of the year, I do have Cody McMahon. I think that's her award, hands down.
Okay, explain to me is this just like a transfer player? Is that what a
Yeah,
new
so to the conference, newcomer to the conference.
Got you.
Cody left Ohio and went to Ole Miss. And look, that team runs through Cody. And
Okay.
so I definitely have her for that.
Yeah. Well, this has been fun today, friend. It's nice, quick, in a hurry, like.
Yes. So I can eat my food. It's been great.
Oh, gosh. All right. I'm not gonna begrudge you. Let me take this this sip of Love Corkscrew, Chicago based.
I got no drinks next to me, so please
It's
take a sip.
Black owned, Chicago based, Delta owned. And
what's the name?
It's called Love Corkscrew.
Oh, okay.
It's a good one. I'm sipping the Riesling right now, but okay. I'm gonna sip that while you sign us off.
Yeah, look, well, nobody should be mad at us today because everybody who we got needed to get got. Okay, we actually didn't do enough at all. But yeah, don't be mad at us. Just be glad that you made the cut. Bye. So big, you can't even see my face. Falling on the court, make them chase. Buzzer beat a shot clock, first place.
It's been a Chicago Clubhouse Network production.